Sorry, we'll have to answer one thing. The president. He just can't do without, yes, Jesus Christ. Yes, Barack. I'll be there Friday. Fuck, calm down. Sorry. God. Yes, Michelle can come. Shit. Send. Jesus, sorry. Sorry, Zehra. Really embarrassing.
Okay, so yeah, you star, you direct, and you wrote Miles Ahead.
Greedy.
Yes, very greedy. What inspired you to actually make the film in the first place?
At the risk of sounding like a broken record, it was not something that I was out there looking for. It wasn't on my bucket list. It was something that I was approached by the family to do. Vincent Wilburn saw Devil in a Blue Dress, and he saw Mouse, and he said, I think that's my uncle, and I want you to play the role. And then I pitched them something that was a little different than anything they had heard. And they said, that sounds great. And I said, great, when you find somebody who will write that and direct it, give me a call. And I was almost at my house leaving the meeting, and I thought, but who's gonna do that? And I started to pick up the phone, and the phone was ringing, and it was Vince on the other end of the line. He said, but who's gonna do that? And I was like, yeah, it's gotta be. He's like, yeah, it's gotta be you. You gotta do all of that.
Okay, it's actually quite refreshing that it's not a straightforward biopic. And you've taken it sort of like that inspiration from certain events in his life. How do you go about starting to even write that story, that dreamlike storyline?
I think for us, we wanted to focus on a very specific narrative, which was how does a person who is in a place, an artist, where he finds himself bereft of the thing that has made him who he is, his voice, his ability to impact his art, how does he get back once he's in a hole? And we thought that that was something that universally people who create and people who are artistic could understand, and even people who aren't. We all understand coming up against that challenge that is the biggest challenge that we've had in our life, and how do we surmount that, or do we surmount that? And so that was our focus, and out of that narrative we wanted to make it feel like a composition and take advantage of all Miles Davis music and get as much of it in the movie as we could. So once you narrow the focus, then I think the approach became very clear to us.
Yeah, Miles is actually quite an eccentric character. Anyway, so how do you go about researching that role? Because you were absolutely amazing. I was totally mesmerised by you.
Oh, thanks.
Brilliant. Yeah, how do you go about researching?
Just drugs, a lot of drugs, different ones. Okay. Oh, psilocybine, crack. Just, no, I mean, yeah, and try different people. No, it was, look, there's a lot of material out there. There's the great book, Quincy Troop has an autobiography that he wrote with Miles Davis that's amazing. John Zwed wrote a book called So What that's a lot more factual based, a huge ibid, and tons of resources on that. And his family, of course, was there. Francis, we spoke with a lot. I talked to a lot of people who played with Miles. Herbie Hancock is somebody that I kept close to me the whole time. And there was just no dearth of information, YouTube, tons of information on YouTube. So I just tried to devour all of that I could, and in some way, shape, or form pour that into the movie.
Okay. It's, yeah, I read that it was quite hard to get funding for the film. Is that why Ewan McGregor was also brought into the film to play reporter Dave?
The casting of Ewan that character was already established. It was in the script from the beginning. And I could have probably brought other actors in who would have meant something. I mean, look, if Denzel Washington had said, I want to be in the movie, then that would have meant our money. Yeah. So it didn't just have to be a white actor. It had to be an actor that was white with parentheses around the white. Yeah. That would mean foreign sales and somehow to generate global appeal. There you go. Which I guess I don't have.
Don't know why. It's your directorial debut, but you also star in every scene as well. How difficult was that?
Again, drugs. Same answer. Let's go right back to that. It was very difficult. It was very challenging, and at one point, my producer actually had to come, get me out of bed because I was like, I can't come to the set another day. And she's like, well, you have to, because 1,000 people are standing around waiting for orders. So get up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Final question. Obviously, we've got Captain America coming up, and you've probably been asked this question thousands of times.
Go ahead. I'll try to act like it's the first time. Go ahead.
We've all seen the trailer. War Machine, is he dying, or can you give any spoilers, or is there a future for you in the...
All I'll say is when you got blood coming out of your ears and your nose, that's not good.
Yeah, but he's a superhero, basically.
He's a human being inside of a metal...
It's a superhero movie.
It is a superhero movie. Yeah.
So anything's possible.
Anything is possible.
Okay. So you're not going to give me anything?
I think I just gave you the whole plot.
Well, I think that's pretty...
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything.
Right.
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 Offend anyone?
Right.
Okay. But yeah, that's it.
Okay,
Thank
great.
you.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
talking to me.
For sure.
Cheers.